Awesome job, man.
Thanks.
That was that was for real.
We don't know how she is with other horses necessarily. This horse could have got hurt, and I'm going to stop.
I think Lambo should be okay with it.
Yeah, this is a very dangerous situation. It could be very dangerous. And
hey everybody, welcome back to the video. If you guys saw the last video, I had brought Nate Eicher here, and he's helping me out with my Mustang and checking my work and seeing any other things that he sees that I could be doing with her. And we kind of deemed she wasn't quite rideable yesterday. So one of the things we thought we might do with her today is pony her. And so if you guys aren't familiar with Nate, he's competed in a bunch of Mustang makeovers and has been one of the winningest guys in those makeovers. He's won about 7 of them. And he does an incredible job. He's very impressive. If you haven't checked him out, go check out his freestyles on YouTube. And he's starting a YouTube channel. So make sure you guys go over and subscribe to his channel and give him some support there, show him some love. You guys will really enjoy the content that he's putting out. I've been learning a lot from him over the last couple days. And so I thought what would be fun is the most experienced horse I have here is Lambo, who's a 3-year-old. So he's not real experienced, but we rode him around a little bit to warm him up. And now Nate's we're gonna kind of expose her to seeing somebody riding a horse and being above her, and just try to build her confidence so that the first ride can hopefully go pretty smooth. So maybe I'm gonna have him pony her and show me kind of what he likes to do with his horses. I don't do this all that often, and so I really want to see how he goes about it. And but before we do that, maybe if you want to ride around a little bit, and we'll just kind of see how she handles that before I attach you to her.
that sounds good. Good plan.
So this is her first time really being exposed to another horse being ridden up close. And so she might be a little watchy. And what I might try to do is set it up where she's following him just a little bit. A lot of times you can build a horse's confidence quicker by following something they're afraid of. And so I'll just ask her to track him a little bit. And this particular Mustang has been a little bit challenging because she's pretty sensitive. So she's really good minded and she handles obstacles and things really well, but she is very sensitive. And so we're just trying to have her all of our T's crossed and I's dotted and make sure she's as ready as possible. Oh, she's hooking onto that pretty good.
Oh, look at that. That's great.
Because as you guys know, I like to be prepared, not lucky. Now, if you guys want to see all the videos of the sessions that I've done of her learning things for the first time, from getting her haltered and saddled to obstacles and trail loading, all that stuff, you guys can see that on my Patreon page. So there's a lot of videos. We have a full series on there for Mustang taming.
Might go the other way here.
Yep. So I'll leave a link in the description below for that.
Well, she seems pretty comfortable with me being around here.
Yeah, I think you might have to be just a hair cautious if she tries to kick him or drive him, because she's kind of, I think she's a pretty confident horse with that kind of stuff, so just be aware of that.
Have you had her in with any other horses?
I have not had her in with any other horses, but just the way she's kind of pinning her ears and how confident she was to go up to him.
Right.
Yeah, she
Definitely
looks like
something to be aware of.
Yeah, she looks like she might think about driving him a little bit. But it'll probably change too when you switch to trying to pet her or something from up there. Now, the other thing to note is she doesn't know Nate really. He worked with her for a little bit yesterday, but for Mustangs, when they're still this green, it can be a big deal exposing them to a new person. So like, for instance, one of my pieces of homework is to get her prepared for a vet to check her out. I'd like them to look at her teeth just to make sure that's going well, so that if we ride her with a snaffle or something, we know that she's good to go there. So the more people that handle her and getting her used to 2 people approaching her and things like that will make the vet's life a lot easier. But she will be a little more nervous around Nate because she doesn't know him like the way she knows me. So keep that in mind. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you. Okay, so coming into this, when I pony a new horse, and especially a wild horse, I really take my time as far as the distance, keeping a good distance to start out. And I just want to kind of get to know her again and keep her as relaxed as I can. Like Ryan said, we're just testing to see how she is with someone above her from different angles. And also, I want to confirm with what Ryan said about her being cautious with a new person. I've worked with a lot of Mustangs, and there's been a number of them that have been really cautious of anyone else besides me. So she's one of those. She's very cautious with other people, and especially on the front end here. So I'm very aware of that with her. And even though we have to keep working on that with her, I'm going to not get into that too much, because Ryan has a really good relationship with her, and she has a lot of confidence in Ryan. So I'm gonna touch on that here and there, but I'm not going to make it an issue, because I'm not the one competing with this horse, and I'm not the one training this horse. So I'm basically just exposing her to different areas, but I'm not getting into anything too deep. So she seemed to be fine with me getting a little closer. And what I like to do with this off of another horse is I like to approach him from both sides, and as I'm talking here, I'm purposely moving my hands just to see how she is with that. And I'm very happy with how relaxed she is so far with me being above her head. There my horse went to sniff her there, and she got a little funny about that, but we don't know how she is with other horses necessarily. You know, so we're gonna take it nice and slow.
And this is also Lambo's first time being
this
the
is
pony
also
horse,
Lambo's
so.
first time, yeah. And
so Nate's got his hands full at the moment.
they look like they're related.
Yeah. I think, as it turns out, I have a thing for roan horses, apparently.
Yeah, it looks like it. So I'm just going to try to step a little closer here and then relax. Normally, I would go right up and start rubbing there, but because of her sensitivity right there, I'm being a lot slower about it, especially if I'm up on another horse. I'm going to ask her to take a step toward me there. There we go. Then go back to relaxing. See if we can get a step closer. And see, when I move forward like that, that concerned her. So I'm just kind of working my way in, but not making it too big of a deal. So if she wants to move, I'll kind of ask her to step around with the hindquarters. Anytime a horse wants to move, I try to make it my idea, and we'll work on something else like bending her around, getting her loose through her rib cage. And then when I feel like she wants to stop, like right there, she wants to relax, so I'm going to allow her to do that in the position I want to be in here. So I'm just going to play around with my hand moving again. And I would like to just lay my hand on her neck or her forehead at some point. But this is the stuff I kind of wanted to work on up here, is moving my hand around Glad Lambo got good steering. All right, so now that she went a few circles, I'm going to ask her to kind of slow down there. The thing that's so neat about horse training and working with Mustangs, doesn't really matter what kind of horse is, like there's give and take in it. Right there, she's pinning her ears. See how she was starting to come at that horse? So I asked her to back up a few steps because she was about to launch in and possibly bite this horse. So that's where it's so important that Ryan has taught this horse to be responsive, because in that instant, this horse could have got hurt if this Mustang wouldn't have been responsive. But because we have this tool where I can back this horse up in an instant, then I can keep this horse safe and myself safe. So this side over here is she's definitely more protective. So we're gonna have to be careful. There we go. All I'm asking her to do is kind of slow down her thinking and see if we can relax together here. I'm not going to be right on her, but I'm just seeing if we can kind of get connected here and relax in a similar position with the way we're facing here and be civil. Good job. Good job.
I really like how you set it up and just really sequentially and really in increments and just build to those positions.
I appreciate it. Yeah, she finally kind of gave that up a little bit, and we'll see if she does it again here, but boy, she was really thinking about, see right there, right there, I just took that thought out of her mind. She might be a more dominant one in the herd. I'm not, we don't know, but either way, like we can teach horses how to be civil and respectful around other horses just by addressing the small things like this before they get into big things. This is good we're doing this because, as you start to haul her and go to shows and people ride up to you, this is a good thing to know about her. There we go. So anytime those ears start to lay back, I'm just asking her to take a step away or a step back. I really watch the expression. There we go. I had to step it up there a little bit because the ears were staying back for longer. So I really watch the expression on my horse's faces, and I'll release on a good expression. All right, we're going to change things up here again and go back to the other side. And we might go ahead and walk forward a few steps and then see if we can I'd like to get to a place where we're sitting and relaxing, if she'll allow me. All right, good. What I might do is get the flag to where I can rub her with that first. so I can just start communicating with her a little more from a distance. Thanks.
I think Lambo should be okay with that. Whoa.
Oh, see right there, she started to come at Lambo. She was ready to attack.
So that's interesting, because I when I first started with taming her, I thought that was in there.
Yeah.
There was just, she never did it, but it was the feeling I was getting from her was that she would, if I made a mistake or pushed too much, she would come at me.
It's definitely in there, and you know, you most likely nipped it in the butt early on from the ground like that, and it never became worse. But I see it with horses like that where it can become a bad issue just because it's not nipped in the butt early on, and that's where attacks happen and aggression happens.
Yeah, I would say I didn't fix it at all. I think she was doing it because she was getting that defensive, and she would then, and as you know, Mustangs they kind of understand fight and flight a little bit differently than domestic horses.
Yes.
And so I think she was more ready to fight if I was doing that. So I more or less tried to just ease around her in a way that wouldn't get her that troubled.
Mm-hmm.
More than it was I thought she was trying to be dominant.
Sure.
Where this, I think, might be a little different. I think she could be getting defensive, but I think she could also think about being dominant over that other horse. So I think it's a little different where, in other words, I like that you're correcting her here, because I don't think I really did correct her then, but she also never really committed to it.
And you know, it's interesting too, the corrections, like we don't have to beat a horse up over this, but the timing of it, you know, like right here, she's laying that ear back. So right here, I'm going to ask her to move over just a little bit. Here, I'm going to ask her again. And it's just these small corrections that oftentimes fixes the issue over a period of a few days if we stay on it, but just the timing of it. I get people, you know, asking me about that aggression deal. They say their horse is like coming at them, and oftentimes I've found anyways, and see what your opinion on that is, Ryan, but oftentimes we've missed the signs of it happening, and then all of a sudden it happened, and it could have been avoided by taking those few little steps when they started to pin their ears, where we addressed that part of it. And oftentimes we just miss the signs, and all of a sudden it happens, and now it's an aggressive horse. Yeah, is that good?
Yeah, and I think it can happen with people a lot with the Mustangs, where if they're trying to pet them and get a halter on them and get them to want to come to them, but the horse is still really defensive, and
Yes.
the Mustang will tend to hold their ground and then eventually charge if they keep pushing or keep trying to give them treats or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's it's a really important balance of getting the horse to give you some yields in addition to building their confidence.
Yes.
And I think if people focus on just confidence, they can end up leaving themselves exposed to get charged like that.
That is so true. Okay, big boy. All right.
Yeah, you got an interesting puzzle there. Emily was just saying she doesn't really want to be by the human, but she wants to go for the other horse.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
I handed you a fairly challenging project here.
I'm trying to give her the time to soak it, like I'm trying to ease in, but I'm also trying to give her the time to just kind of think it over, that it's not a bad deal.
Yeah.
You know. But she is one of those where I feel like you really have to earn that respect. Like, you've really earned it with her. And she's telling me, like, you know, you can't just come in here and, you know, work with me too deeply before you earn my respect. And so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to earn that and let her know that I'm her friend and I want what's best for her. Good job.
Yeah, really nice, Nate.
Good job. Excellent. Lambo, you're being really good. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Do that one more time here and then see if I can ease on over to the other side. It's definitely got more relaxed about it. And I'm going to try. Just ask her to take a step back there.
It's interesting to see how much she'll protect her space with the other horse, but she definitely thought about it with humans, you know.
Mm-hmm. It's very
on
interesting.
the ground.
So what I'm trying to do here is face her on this side. I'm not sure where we'll go with this yet, but there we go. Good. Good.
I'm glad Lambo's working out for this. I wasn't sure how well he'd handle it.
He's doing good. And he's backing good.
You're making it look good anyway.
Yeah,
we probably should put a caveat in there that not necessarily saying everybody at home should go home and try this.
Right.
There's a lot of ways that this could go south for the Mustang or for the horse he's riding. Nate's really experienced and really good at this, and so he knows what to do in these different situations, but there is a lot of ways it could go wrong.
Yeah, this is a very dangerous situation. It could be very dangerous, and you know, here I am on a greener horse and a horse that wants to be a little dominant or aggressive, depending on how you look at it. But if we get our timing right and we get that connection where she knows that I'm trying to be her friend, then it can really turn out great. There, she's letting down and chewing and licking. So this is the first time she's really let down on this side and let me be this close, where she was somewhat relaxed. Great job. One thing I don't want to do is squeeze her onto the fence. I don't want to make it a claustrophobic situation. So if it gets too close, we'll just walk out. Lambo's trying to find his footing here. Like, see that hind end went over. So we're struggling a little bit with this side pass, which it's a lot for him to even do this, right? There we go.
And I think he kind of saw what she was, the vibe she's putting out.
Yeah.
Don't get too close.
He's like, I'm going to be careful about this whole deal. See if we can get a step closer. That front end. Hey. So right here, I'm going to turn around so we don't get crowded on the fence. There.
Nice.
Better. Good. But you teaching this horse, Ryan, how to be so responsive to pressure, moving away from pressure too, is a lifesaver in this situation. Because I can actually work on things because of that. Like, if she wouldn't be responsive, this would not be a good situation. Get a step closer here to where I can relax beside her a little closer. And she leaned away there, but she didn't move. That's getting better. Go ahead and turn here again. Good. 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 There we go. So now we'll see if we can just, like to see her back up a few steps. There we go. Good job. Good job. There we go. Good.
Very nice.
There we go. There's another letdown. Good. Good. I like that. Lambo, did you do that?
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
I had to go in for a sniff.
There we go.
Oh, she's biting.
Oh, took a little nip, that Lambo. It's like you just had to get that in, didn't you? But I can feel her relaxing. You know, like doesn't seem like I'm doing a lot, but I can feel her relaxing and letting down a little bit at a time. I mean, obviously I'd like to be doing more things up here, but me being a new person with her, it's, there we go. Me being a new person with her, it's a little, I have to take it slower.
I really like how unbothered Lambo is about her doing that.
You know, it doesn't seem to bother him.
No. Apparently he thinks she's bluffing.
It's like another day
I don't
on the
think
ranch.
she is. Yeah, I've never ponied a horse off of him or anything, so this is
Wow.
it's all new territory for him.
This is great then. He's trying hard. Can we get one step closer? Good. She really wants to. Oh, no, she doesn't. At first she would think about just kind of taking a little nip out of his hindquarter there. That's all right. It's all right. And I just noticed like her bottom lip was flopping there. Then right after that she decided, hey, that looks a little tasty. And tried to take another nip out of him. But like there, she took a deep breath, like she's starting to really relax. But overall, like what we're after in this session is seeing how she is with someone above her from different angles. And she seems pretty good with that part of it.
Yeah.
You know, we're kind of working through her being good with another horse and all that, but you know. But as far as like the goal we were after was to
Yeah, I thought she would be more afraid of you up there, to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
I expect her to more be at the end of the rope pulling away versus trying to bite the horse you're sitting on.
Lambo's a little worried now. Hey now.
Yeah, I don't blame him for not wanting to go by her.
Lambo. Okay, let's try this again. Gotta just ease in here. But yeah, he's definitely like a little concerned. There we go. Good job, Lambo.
But yeah, in terms of her not being afraid of you up there, it's
Yeah.
looking really good.
Yeah, that's really what we were after, and you know, I gotta see if I can rub her over here yet, but that's kind of it's just something we'll have to work on more in the future. with other horses, right?
Yeah.
But like as far as right now, it's more of a horse to horse issue than it is humans above her. So good. There we go.
Nice.
There we go. Good. Good. I like that. That's the kind of more of the kind of stuff I wanted to work on, but I think you got her pretty solid in these kind of ways, so it was a good test, but I feel like you've got her pretty good.
Yeah, I'm really happy that it wasn't really much about being afraid of you being up there.
Yeah, me too. I think that's a good place to quit on, you know, to stop on what we're doing here.
Yeah.
And made some progress, and also we found out what we needed to find out, and that's with as far as her being good with someone above her and behind her. Great job. And Ryan, check this out.
Nice. You ready to ride her? just step on there, just switch horses.
Just step on there, right?
Yeah.
I think she's ready for you, Ryan.
I think so. Well, thank you very much for working through that.
Absolutely.
And your feel and timing with that was very impressive to see. It's, if you haven't ever worked another horse off of a horse, there's a lot going on between managing your horse you're riding and your reins and the lead rope and all that going on, and that was very masterfully done by Nate, so I very much appreciate you doing that. And stay tuned for the next one. Hopefully we're going to be putting a first ride on her coming up, and we'll see you guys on that video. But before you, don't forget, make sure you go and like and subscribe to Nate's channel. You guys are going to really enjoy the content he's putting out. We've been brainstorming some videos that he's going to be doing, and I can't wait to see them myself. So make sure you guys head over to his channel and hit the subscribe button. We'll see you guys on the next one.